Riverside.
All right. Hey guys, it's GORP. We're out here. GORP is the podcast where we have a topic and we reach into a bag of snacks and find subcategories with which to speak on. My name is Josh. We're joined today by the wonderful Jess.
Hi.
Cool. We also have with us. It's all right. We're all new here. We also have our best friend, everyone's best friend, Fry.
Hello.
And we're joined, of course, by the mighty and powerful producer, Taylor.
Hello.
That's right. With all that, we're going to take just a brief pause and just let our creator and artificer of all this, Fry, say something important.
So everybody that listens to this, I want to let the audience know we appreciate you. And we know you come in all shapes and sizes. And I want to give some background about the Sad Fan Podcast Network and soon to become the Sad Fan Media Network. We're going to be launching live shows. We're going to be launching websites in the future. So I think it's important for a company that grows to show where their allegiances lie. When the Sad Fan name came about, it was because I didn't like people and the way they were treating women and members of the LGBTQ community in sports. I found it disgusting, and I wanted to give these people a platform. And I want to make sure that everybody that was doing these things knew that these voices mattered just as much as their own and were just as important. And those of you that have been following the Supreme Court rulings this week know that there is something that we should all be disgusted about, and that is them deciding that Roe v. Wade is no longer viable for today's society, which, again, I'm going to say it again, we are disgusted by at the Sad Fan Podcast Network. And as we grow, we will continue to support any women that have had their rights stepped on, any women that are threatened, any women that America has decided are not citizens, because citizens in America are free. And there is no greater freedom than the freedom over one's own body. And as they continue to attack others that are marginalized, African Americans, Black people, Hispanics, members of the LGBTQ community, people like us will continue to fight. There's an election in November. We will all vote. We'll use whatever small power we have at this network, and we will continue to grow to rally our supporters to vote, because we will not support hate. We will not support anyone that tries to take away anyone's rights. I don't care if they're members of the Supreme Court, because even myself, is not a member of the Supreme Court, not a lawyer, knows that in our country, if we're going to rely on the Constitution, there should be a separation of church and state. And this is clearly something that's been put forth by the church and is agenda by extremists. And it is something that we will fight at the Sad Fan Podcast Network. And that is all. So I hope you remain with us. I hope you are on board with us. But that is the fight, and that is the side we are choosing at this network. Thanks so much. And now it's time to have some fun.
Oh, thank you so much for that. We're all in support here. You got a problem, then go somewhere else. But anyway, the topic today, speaking of foods that may, or things that may disgust you, we're talking about food. That's the topic today. Yeah, that's where we're at. Let's talk about what our GORP bag might be this week.
I was going to say, for this lovely topic this week, I really never thought I would have another use for this ever in my life. It just kind of sat around in my kitchen as like weird decoration for a while. I didn't really have a good reason for keeping it, but now I'm glad I kept it, because our GORP bag this week is going to be my old McDonald's Happy Meal Pikachu box.
Pika pika. Pikachu.
Pika.
Yeah,
His balls
that's
dropped.
perfect. That's perfect.
That is everyone's
Alright.
favorite Pokemon.
I will reach inside this box.
Not mine,
and then
Bulbasaur, baby.
let's get started.
You look like Bulbasaur.
All right, on the topic of food, yeah,
I
sure.
think you're the only person I know that would choose Bulbasaur as their first Pokemon.
Squirtle.
I hear that
Squirtle.
a lot. I think it's a tourist thing. That's what people tell me.
Isn't
Bulbasaur.
That makes
Isn't
sense.
Squirtle a Bulbasaur? No, I don't remember. It's been too long.
Bulbasaur is the one with the
water
This
type.
isn't a
Earth.
Pokemon
Water type.
podcast.
It just
Oh,
turned into a
Squirtle turns into
Pokemon
Blastoise.
podcast. Get over it. We're all 90s babies, I think.
Did you say
Or
Blastoise?
prevalent in the
Yeah,
90s.
Blastoid. What's his name?
Blastoise.
Blastoise.
Okay,
Oh my
guys.
God.
So the first topic for this week, I think this is an interesting one. Food you've eaten to be polite.
Oh no.
Ooh. Any starters? I think I have one.
Should we definitely
Go.
name
I don't
names,
know
too?
what it was. Oh, I'm going to right now. She's dead, so it doesn't count. One time, Granny made. She insisted on being called Granny
Mm-hmm.
because she didn't want. Because Grandma felt old. Tell me, Granny doesn't sound older than Grandma. Anyway, Granny made a rack of lamb and then all the fixins and fixins, and one of the things was some weird tomato thing. It was like stewed tomatoes that were like really mushy. They were in a tiny little bowl. I've never seen it before, never seen it again. Don't know what the preparation was, but it was just tomato snot. And she said, "Hey, you boys want some of this?" And, "Oh, no, thank you." You know, being nice. And she's and passive aggressively, right? Because she's from Oklahoma. "Oh, well, I made it just for you guys. I guess it's wasted now."
Is this something
So
that
I
you're
was
just
like,
supposed to
okay.
eat on its own, or is this something that's supposed to be eaten with another item, like on
Like
top
a
of
dip?
something? Or like a
No,
spread?
no, it was
Mhm.
like 50% intact tomato. So it was still tomato, but it was like mushed in some way with like spices.
So she
and
cut a tomato
was
like an
gross,
apple?
dude.
Like she
Tomatoes?
handed you a tomato cut apple?
Like just steamed tomatoes, like in the can?
I mean,
like,
I wish I could tell you exactly how it was. It was a real tomato that they grew. So it was fresh and I think peeled, but it was just like I felt like I was eating a brain.
Have you eaten
Like
a brain?
textural?
I said, "Yeah, sure. Well, I've touched a cow brain before in sex ed class. I don't know why that was part of the
Sex ed
curriculum.
class. We cannot
But,
dig into that on Food Week, but we need to save that.
But yeah, that was the thing. I just swallowed it down like an oyster, like no bites, no. I just swallowed it, and she was happy. Just like from then on, she was perked up and just like eating her food all nice because I made him eat the food. Anyway, that's my thing. What's the thing that you did to be polite?
Jessica, go ahead.
So we came down. So my husband's from Utah. We came down to visit one time, and we went to his ex stepmother's house. She was making enchiladas. I'm a New Mexico girl. I love enchiladas. I will eat enchiladas all day. I get there and she serves me these enchiladas in there. It's like flour tortilla with like cream of chicken soup, some like diced chilies, and a crap ton of sour cream and cream cheese. And I was like,
Not for you.
what the hell is this? This is not an enchilada. Like, what? This is, I'm just going to eat it, and then we're going to go, and I'm going to go get McDonald's, because I ate it to be polite, but because it's family, you have to eat it.
Go get
Like
McDonald's.
it was like the first time meeting her, so I couldn't just not eat it. But it was, I was so mad. I was like, that is not an enchilada. I'm never eating that again.
Those were Mormon enchiladas.
Oh,
my God.
Mormon food
Mormon
dishes are
enchiladas?
weird. Guys, have you ever heard of funeral potatoes?
Funeral potatoes.
Yes.
Funeral potatoes.
Go
so
ahead.
they have them at every single event, every wedding, every potluck.
I like those.
You like funeral potatoes? That just has a lot of cream cheese and hash browns. Cream cheese, hash browns, and cheese. Like,
well, okay. So are you one of those types that just can't stand sour creamy? Like it's a very Midwestern thing. Like it's like a staple to my diet. It's just like sour cream. But I understand.
I like
the
sour
fact that you
cream,
might be
and I
disgusted
like
by
cream
that.
cheese. I've never eaten them before, and I go to different events, and there's like 5 different versions of funeral potatoes. Some with tater tots, some with like shredded hash brown. Like it's
How
a
is
Mormon
it
thing.
prepared? Is it just like thrown in a bowl
Baked.
and mixed together, or
Baked.
baked
Baked.
sour.
They
So you
bake sour
mix
cream?
it all together in one bowl, put it in
And
a
then they
pan, and
put it in
bake
like
it until
a
it's crushed.
tray, and then they bake it.
I mean, in theory, it doesn't sound awful. Like, cheesy potatoes are phenomenal. And then I've heard of sour cream being put in very peculiar dishes you wouldn't expect them to be in, because it actually adds like
Mhm.
kind of a creaminess or
Yeah.
like a fluffiness to whatever you're making. I've heard weird things where people put like
Sure.
Jello in cake mix because it makes it fluffier and stuff like
Mhm.
that. So I don't know that it'd be
But when
too
they do it right, it's so
outlandish.
Mayonnaise.
good.
Like, it doesn't strike me to
Mayonnaise.
be as weird as something like ambrosia salad, which makes no sense to me.
I don't know.
Fuck ambrosia salad. Get the.
So, Josh, before I go,
Mm-mm.
you said it's a staple of Southern cuisine. It's how you got brought up, and I don't want to say how you got brought up was. I don't want to say anything bad because I've had some
Midwest.
bomb.
Midwest.
Okay, but what I will say is they put mayonnaise in everything. Like every damn thing has mayonnaise in it.
Oh, in the South?
Yes.
Oh yeah. And that
Everything.
like legit. Like I put a tablespoon of mayonnaise in every cake I make because it makes it so moist. It's perfect.
That's good to know.
It's just
Everything.
eggs and oil. That's all it is.
I
Like
put
Yeah.
mayonnaise on my
It's
grilled
perfect.
cheese sandwiches.
I've seen
I've
that
heard-
before. I've
Fuck
actually.
yeah.
That,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah.
one. Use it as like a non-stick too. I've seen it used as non-stick on like the other side of grilled cheese sandwiches. So mine,
Yeah.
I try
It's a
to.
winner.
My whole life has been about not making people feel like left out, so I try to be inclusive, and that includes at food places. So I've been trying food to make somebody feel better my entire life since I was like 5 years old, where I noticed like someone's tray has not been touched the entire like cookout, and I'll be like, I'll feel bad about it, like when you scroll through Facebook or Twitter and you notice somebody has no likes, so you courtesy like their thing because you're like, no one should have 0 likes.
Oh yeah.
So the one that comes right to
Totally.
mind was one of my uncle's wives. I don't want to name her by name, but she was someone that no
How many
one in
wives
the
did he have?
family liked, like a few, but no one in the family liked her, and that's why I don't want to name her, because I don't want a bunch of people being like,
Everybody
yes, I
already
did.
in
You're
your
a fucking
family
liar. I was
knows who
there.
you're
You didn't
talking
like this
about.
woman. Sorry, Taylor. What was that?
Everybody in your family already knows who you're talking about, though.
Probably. So we're at my Nana's house, right?
Yeah. That
And
bitch.
she played like Battleship with me as a little kid, right? And I felt bad because no one was touching these like hors d'oeuvres she brought, and they were just, it was like a peppercini with sour or with cream cheese in it, rolled in a salami.
Cheese.
Yeah,
Yep.
and I was like, man, I feel so
Oh, yeah.
bad. So I ate it to make her feel better, and she's like, well, I like them, and no one's eating them, and I was like, these are amazing. And as an adult, they're really good. As a child, I was like, this is weird. This tastes weird.
I was gonna say I'd eat the crap out of that.
I like that.
It kind of sounds like an Italian jalapeno pepper.
Yeah, kind of. What were you gonna say, Josh?
But yeah. Oh, I've never had the salami version, but I've wrapped it in bacon and baked it, and
That sounds good.
That's perfect. Yeah, cream cheese, pepper. Yeah.
All right.
But
So what
salami.
is our
Interesting? No
what
one
is our
had that.
next topic when we're not appeasing people's good or bad food? Learning about potatoes that are made in a mortuary.
Yeah,
Why do
that's the condition to making them.
So we know that
You have
people
to
in
be
our
around
family
dead
can't.
people.
So we know that people in our family can't cook, but can you cook?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
I think everyone in this chat can cook. So Taylor, why don't you lead off? Because I haven't tasted your food. You're one of the few people in this. You're actually the only person in this chat I haven't tasted something you've cooked.
So I'm definitely my worst
Yeah. What's some
critic.
go-tos for you?
Some of the things that I'm really good at making are salmon croquettes. It's a recipe that I get from my mom. It's one of the favorite things that she used to make growing up. So now I make
Wow.
it myself, and I've perfected it. I'm
Sounds
really good at
fancy.
making chicken cutlets, and I don't know. I like to say that I cook often, but I don't feel like I'm creative in that aspect where I like come up with things. I like look for recipes and I just kind of
Mm.
make the recipes. I'm good at the process
course.
of doing it. At least that's what I've been told. I will believe people, but I always have like a critique for myself at the end during the process. But yeah,
For sure.
I think I like baking more than cooking, if I'm being honest. I like the exact science of it where there's no guesswork. Either I did it right or I didn't, and that's it.
Yeah, I feel that. I'm opposite. I like to bake, cookies and stuff, and that's great. But I really like being able to, like, for cooking. I like to just see what the ingredients are, and if I haven't made it before, I'll look up, the general technique, and then just go for it and never look at the recipe again. Like I've been, I make beans. I make the best beans on earth, and it's always a different recipe because I just like, okay, this time I have this time I have that, and I'm gonna do it this way, that way, and I like the variation. And that's, someone told me before that's an aspect of my creative output. When it comes to like when I don't have time for art, I'll cook something weird, and usually.
What's your favorite thing to cook, sometimes. Josh? Josh, what's your favorite thing to cook?
Beans.
Beans, the magical fruit.
Yeah, but like that sounds really simple, but like, and it's a relatively simple dish, but I put a lot of vegetables in it, a lot of different spices, beer. And I tweak it every time. Like
okay, Gordon Ramsay,
you make beer?
You put beer in the beans.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, beer beans. Yeah. I put beer in the onions. I cook the onions slow, beer in the onions, and then the onions go in the beans.
So you just eat the beans by themselves, that's dinner, or is this like the side?
Bro eats 7 bowls of beans a day.
Well, I eat a lot of beans, and I just vary it up. I keep them in the crock pot. You know what I mean? Sometimes they go on chips. Sometimes they go in a burrito. Sometimes I just eat them straight. Rice. There's so many ways to do it. It's beans and rice is the perfect protein. That's all you really need.
I will attest.
In there, you're having a good time.
I will attest, Josh. You cook amazing beans. Like your beans are very good. That sounded homoerotic, but your food is really good for multiple reasons, right? Like the beans that you cook can be used as dips, as a meal, as a side. So I do agree, but it is funny the astronomical amount of beans that you intake in a week is a trip. And he bean shames, by the way, girls, ladies, he bean shames. I bought because I don't like to cook beans. I don't like to boil the water. I don't like to strain the beans. I don't like to go through all the bullshit to cook beans. I just buy a can of beans, and like I'll tell him what I'm making, and he's like, Josh will legitimately go, "How'd you make those beans?" And I'll be like, "I bought a can of beans," and then he'll start shaming me about the beans.
The best way I found.
Yeah, but then on the same tip.
I was going to say the best way I found to cook it is to put them in the Instapot because it only takes like 2.5 hours. It's perfect, and you can put all your vegetables in there and your beer. 2.5 hours is short for beans.
It says Instapot. That means
like what I do.
What is that?
Well, because they're beans. I don't know.
They're talking about fresh beans.
No,
Taylor.
beans take a long time to cook.
Yeah, they're getting like hard, fresh beans in in a market where you actually put beans in a bag that are hard.
Your girl don't got patience for that.
Yeah, I do cowboy style.
Yeah.
I put the beans in a bowl of water and salt for overnight so they brine, and then that takes care of farts. And then you cook them all day in all the spices and the vegetables and stuff. So it's like an 8-hour process plus 12 hours. It's a 20-hour process to make beans. But the beans last all week.
Like I've never had beans so fancy.
When Josh tells us he's bringing beans to like a trip we're going on, like our guys trip every year, I go, "Oh, cool. What kind of beans?" And he goes, like 2 pounds of beans or whatever. And I'm like, "Oh, awesome. I guess I'll see when I get there." And then he pulls out plastic bags with beans in them. What the hell?
It's gonna be fresh.
Y'all want some beans? No, that's not nearly as cool as salmon croquettes.
Yeah.
What do y'all do though? What's your go-to?
Jessica, what are you making?
Chicken Alfredo. I will make.
She's like
chicken Alfredo all day. It's one of my favorite.
That's a lot of cream cheese there too.
There's no freaking cream cheese in it.
In the Alfredo sauce, if you make your own Alfredo sauce, there's tons of cream cheese.
Nope.
What do you make in your Alfredo sauce?
Heavy whipping cream.
Heavy cream, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
You don't need sour cream at all.
You brown the garlic, like
I
you
do in mine.
put the garlic in with the butter, get that all nice and happy, and then you put in your cream, your heavy cream, and then you get that heated up, and then salt, pepper, and then some cheese and a little bit of lemon zest. It's great.
Jess, I love that you went
Yep.
all Bob
You
Ross
could even go.
on your
What?
cooking recipe. You
All
went all
happy?
Bob Ross on your.
Because it like
Look
makes
at
it
these
smell
happy
good.
lemons.
It like makes it happy. You're telling me the smell of cooking garlic isn't amazing? Like you just it's one of
Oh,
my
and then we
favorite
got this
things.
happy
Yeah.
garlic marching its way into the pot. Everyone,
You
you should do
know,
videos.
I'm not even
but
mad.
really, a lot of folks
Go ahead, Josh.
miss out on the lemon zest. That's a huge aspect of Alfredo that people that they don't catch usually,
Mhm.
because it's a little extra. You don't really need it, but it really like
Brings it all.
just explodes the whole dish. Little lemon
Do you guys
zest
do
right
the
at end.
nutmeg? Do you guys do the nutmeg, like a little bit of nutmeg on top of your Alfredo?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I
Does
do
not
that
sound
No,
too.
that sounds good.
I'll do that too.
Little pop. That's cool.
Little pop 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 pop.
I like the nutmeg in a classic torta. Nutmeg is a key ingredient that a lot of folks miss.
I'll be quick with mine because it looks like we're ready for the next topic. I'm pretty good with Cornish game hens. It's a weird niche that I found for myself, but I'm pretty good with Cornish game hens.
What is that
Yeah, I'll
niche
do some
you
rosemary
design?
game hens. My favorite one is citrus game hens with a little bit of chili powder in my citrus, a little bit of orange juice, a little bit of chili powder.
Cool.
Yeah, that's
How
my
do you
go-to.
find your way into being good at cooking Cornish game hens?
So there's a shop in Albuquerque, New Mexico called Keller's, and it's like a fresh
Mm.
butcher, and they have like see Jessica's face. It's a really good butcher, and they have fresh meat everywhere. And I was just like, oh, it'd be cool to try to cook Cornish game hens. So I started buying them by the two for Anna and myself. And then I just kept buying them and trying new recipes, and I just found a bunch of garlic butter Cornish game hens, citrus game hens, like I said, cherry game hens, and I just started doing different things with them because it's like a little chicken on your plate, and it impresses like guests when you have them over. They're like, "Oh my god, I feel so
Yeah.
fancy."
So for someone like myself who is
Fancy.
not as
Yeah.
fancy as you, what does a Cornish game hen taste like? Like, is it? I get it. It's kind of similar to like a chicken or a duck, but how is it different from those two?
No, it tastes like chicken, like Jessica said. It tastes like chicken. It's like a little chicken, baby chicken.
It's a tiny chicken.
Mm-hmm.
It's not
a
like sweeter
softball
or
sized chicken.
prettier or like. It just tastes
Nope.
like.
Just tastes like chicken. It's
Chicken.
I will say it's more
It's
dark
chicken.
meat. I will say there's more dark meat on a Cornish game hen
Okay.
because it's smaller.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, Cornish game hens. My mom made them one time to try to be fancy, and I wouldn't eat it. I started crying at the table because it was a whole chicken. I'm like, I'm a vegetarian.
I need to try it in my air
Never
fryer.
had
My
one
air
since.
fryer has one of those like poles for Cornish game hens, so I need to
Ooh.
try that.
Oh, like a rotisserie?
Mhm.
Yeah.
My air fryer
good.
is amazing.
All right,
You said you
y'all.
didn't cook very often.
Yeah,
I
air
have to
fryers.
cook all the time. I have 4 kids. It's expensive to eat out, so I cook all the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Beans.
So
Next topic.
our next topic is celebrity chefs. Are they actually good? And who are your favorites?
I'll start if that's
Okay.
okay. Because I'm obsessed with Gordon Ramsay. In fact, I've watched all of his shows. Like I've actually been to Hell's Kitchen in Las Vegas. I've been to his burger joint in Caesar's Palace as well. His food's actually good. It's amazing. Go ahead,
They're
Taylor.
opening a new Hell's Kitchen in Burbank.
That's it's good food.
Nice.
It's really good food. It's expensive and it's worth it. I will say that.
Yeah.
It's expensive and it's worth it. We had of course the beef Wellington, the lobster risotto, like all the key stuff, the shepherd's pie. What I had what's the dessert? Help me out. The toffee pudding, sticky toffee pudding. Had sticky toffee pudding. It was amazing.
McFlurry.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead, Josh.
No, I thought you were gonna say McFlurry. That's all.
But yeah, no,
Is it
it's
the flurry?
so he's my guy. I even watch MasterChef. I'm watching the new season right now. I'm pretty obsessed with Gordon Ramsay, but I will say his food's really good. I met him in Las Vegas once, and he's a very nice fella. He's funny on Twitter. If he when the people say rate my dish, and he torches it, or he torches pineapple on pizza. So that'd be mine. That'd be my
yeah.
go-to Gordon Ramsay action. Go ahead.
Yep. Gordon's great. Yeah. I saw him make I saw him on TV, and he taught me how to make a good steak, and that was great. I don't like the way he makes burgers, but his steaks are great.
Steaks are good. I like the
And
burgers.
of course, everything else. Yeah.
But you kind of did a Gordon Ramsay with your beans, when you're like, I elevate it. I elevate all of my beans.
I elevate the beans.
You should send
Brine
Gordon
them
Ramsay your
so
beans.
you don't fat.
You should send Gordon Ramsay a TikTok of your beans. Have him rate your beans.
No, I can't handle him verbally abusing me. I won't have it.
He'd make me cry.
All right, Jessica, who's your celebrity chef?
I like Bourdain. Go ahead.
The only one I can really think of is Ina Garten. I like watching
Ina
her
Garten.
show. She like always has like a fancy dinner party, and afterwards, and she just hangs out on the beach with her husband Jeffrey, and then like sounds like a great day to me. I don't know.
Jeffrey.
That's literally the whole running gag on
Yeah.
30 Rock, is that Tina Fey's character is obsessed with Ina Garten, and she just wants to like be the barefoot Contessa and drink wine near her garden and like eat really nice food on the terrace.
Sounds like a good time.
Have you ever made any of her recipes or no? Okay, so you just like her lifestyle.
Yeah, I just like her lifestyle. Like Rachel Ray bugs me, and that's the only other person that I know of. So
Just throw some butter in it. Yeah, that's her deal. Who's the original though? I forgot her name.
Paula Deen?
Like the French lady.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
No,
the
Julia
racist
Child.
lady.
Oh,
from
Julia
the-
Child.
Julia Childs. Yeah, so I'll shout out to her just because when my grandparents retired, they were both teachers. They retired at a certain age, 50, 60, I don't know. And grandma said, okay, I'm done. Kids are gone. I'm not cooking ever again. So granddad's like, okay. So he started watching Julia Child, and he became a fantastic cook because he would just watch her shit, take notes, and then for the rest of their lives, they don't cook anymore, but he just cooked, and she was like, okay, cool. I did my job, and now he's doing his job. And so shout out to Julia Childs for keeping them together.
I have an ancillary question, Josh. Did your granddad become a hand slapper every time you got too close to the cooked food?
Oh, no one goes in the kitchen.
No. Like a baby gate?
Good answer.
That's it. Yep. Nobody goes in the kitchen. That's it.
I don't know, but I think I was kind of interested
Yep.
to hear your other pick though, Josh. You said Anthony Bourdain.
Bourdain?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Bourdain, though, I mean, I think
The
he's a
Roadrunner.
transcendent type of person. You know, in the way that like some hip hop artists like are so far beyond rap, like they're part of the whole zeitgeist. Like Bourdain was teaching more than just food, but appreciation of cultures and everything. Like he's Michael Jordan. He's the one.
Were you more of a parts?
The way he broke down how great. What?
Finish your thought. The way he broke down how great what?
Oh, how great Waffle House was. You know, just that one little bit was like the perfect example.
I should have let Taylor
You know what
go.
I mean? There's a reason people go there. All right, sorry. Am I more of the what?
that
Are you
wasn't as
more of a
profound.
parts unknown kind of guy or a no reservations kind of guy?
Well, I gotta admit that I haven't seen a whole lot of his work. I've seen like a few episodes here and there, and then I've seen clips. And those clips on YouTube, I don't know where that was from. So, but I do enjoy the travel part when he's like in the middle of nowhere, China. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff.
Parts
Is that
Unknown is the one where he travels to specific destinations to like explore their culture and their food at this like place that people don't really consider a food paradise of any kind. And then No Reservations
Yeah.
is in the midst of his chaotic traveling. He will go to these destinations that like you just kind of run in, get your food, like a quick grab and go in between the airport kind of situation and like find food in all these crazy places.
Yeah.
I kind of like that one a little more. Like the Parts Unknown one is great. It really teaches you so much about other cultures, especially through food, which is what he does best. But No Reservations is just so cool because it's one of those things where you're like, if I'm ever in this random place, like that's where I need to go, you know?
Yeah, you know where the street meet's at for sure. That's a big deal.
So Taylor, who would be yours? I know we're getting close to a topic change, but who would be yours before you change that topic?
Okay, so I need to preface by saying I do immensely love Anthony Bourdain, R.I.P., and I would watch Gordon Ramsay take a poop. I would watch that man do anything. So
like
I do love
narrating
both.
He'd narrate it as he's going.
Like I would watch that man do anything.
It's raw.
But I love Alton Brown.
Okay.
He's good.
And I feel like he's super underappreciated. Alton Brown was the host, if you don't know.
Who that is?
Such a shame. So Alton Brown was on the Food Network. He used to be a big part of the Iron Chef. He's actually currently working on the reboot of the Iron Chef. I forget where they're going to be.
On Netflix, right?
Netflix.
I think, I was going to say, I think it's on Netflix where they're going to be launching it. But he's best known for... I'm just totally spacing out the name of the
He was always in Food Network magazine,
too.
His recipes were always featured.
Like, it was...
Yeah, okay, it's called Good
Gastronomy.
Eats. I totally, like, blanked in my mind. But he used to be the host of Good Eats on the Food Network, which was, like, a food science show in the sense that he would teach you all these recipes and how to cook certain meals, but he would teach you the science of, like, why doing it this way is, like, going to get you the best results for whatever you're cooking.
Oh, yeah.
And if it was not for this man, I would not know how to cook a good pot of rice to save my life.
He taught you how to enjoy your food on a chemistry level?
Well, I think especially for someone like myself who I really understand things by understanding like the inner workings of something. If I know how something works, that helps me figure out like how it's supposed to be used or whatever it is. So to see the breakdown of like, if you do it this way, this is why it will be better, not only tells me how to do just the one thing that he's teaching me, but it also in the future, I can use that knowledge to go, oh, I know this is going to happen if I do this because I did it in this other thing, so I can do it here now. And I think that's what I really loved about that show. Plus, Alton Brown just has a great personality. Such a cool guy.
And
he's
definitely
got dope glasses.
Check out his shows and his recipes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Moving on.
All right. Back to
Pikachu lost an ear.
Oh.
That's fine. We saved it. He went to the Poke Hospital.
Healing potion.
Best fast food.
It's so situational.
Ooh,
it's so situational.
It really is.
What's your favorite fast food after your...
Okay, well, let's go, like...
Go ahead, Josh.
Let's go really simple. You're in a magical city that has all the fast food. And it's 10 p.m. It's 10 p.m. You're going to be going home soon. You have one choice to get whatever you want in this magical city. Where are you going?
Are you intoxicated?
You don't have to be.
It's 10 o'clock.
It's late, though. Maybe you had a couple drinks.
Yeah, I hope I'm not intoxicated by 10 already. That's like kind of early.
Maybe you had a day party. Maybe it was bottomless mimosas before you got the fast food.
Okay, well, what's your choice, Fry? What are you picking?
Oh, God. I mean, Taco Bell, unfortunately. Like, when you put me in a box, like, it's all fast food. I mean, it's either Taco Bell or In-N-Out. Those are going to be my two, like, go-tos.
So
I'm going to go to eat.
You going pound for pound. Yeah.
So how do you feel about the fact that Thrillist voted Del Taco the best fast food taco?
They're idiots. They're idiots. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Del Taco's better. Del Taco's better than Taco Bell. Shut up.
Yeah, totally. That's why the Del Taco line drive-thru is always empty and the Taco Bell one's always full. It totally makes sense. I get it.
It's empty because they got great customer service.
Damn, that was savage.
So I would have to pick, if I was on a desert island, probably doner kebab. They are just so yummy. And if it's 10 o'clock at night, you don't want anything too heavy, but it's just perfect. It's got veggies and lamb and it's so good.
Oh, so lamb. I was gonna ask. I
Yeah,
was gonna say, do you go lamb or chicken?
lamb. It's on the
Okay.
spinny thingy and they just shave it right off.
It's on the spinny thingy.
Yeah,
Lamb.
lamb. That's what?
Yeah,
And they put the special sauce on it?
kebab all day.
Well, Josh, since Jessica went with the lamb, what does Josh want?
Oh, if they have the lamb, but if they just say it's meat, I'm fine as long as everything else tastes fresh. I'm good. Kebabs all day.
So you're going
Noodles,
kebabs with your
whatever.
fast food.
Yeah, I need tzatziki. I need hot sauce. We're good.
So where is like the go-to fast food, döner, schnitzel, whatever kebab place?
Schnitzel.
The best I've had was in
It's a chocolate
Germany.
truck.
Because that's what
Yeah,
that's
Italy.
what I know it as. Is
But
like, oh, you're in Germany, you get out of the club or the bar like super late in the middle of the night, you're getting dinner, you're going home. So that
Mm.
right.
makes sense to me. Here,
But
I don't
also,
really see a lot of those places. I feel.
So I've had it here in the States and then I've had it in England as well. And the one in Germany was hands down the best.
So far
yeah,
for me, Italy.
maybe because of pricings and stuff. But in Portland, there's food trucks everywhere. I was there for a little while, and there was the main spot in the downtown heart, and they had 3 kebab spots. From everyone, there's like a tacos place, there's an Asian place, Korean, there's a bulgogi place, but there's 3 kebab spots, and they're the ones that are open the latest. They're so good. They're
So you
all
said
different
there's like,
too, just a little different.
so you said there's like a bunch of food trucks though. So these are like no name kind of
Oh yeah,
brandless companies. How do you know what's gonna be
yeah.
satisfying with what's good? How do you pick a truck?
You gotta try it, and then maybe next time I'll come back here. Maybe next time I'll go to the one next door.
How do you
Yeah.
pick a hot dog truck
Trial
in New
and
York,
error.
Taylor? It's probably the same way.
Well, and that's not true
Yeah,
because
you
all
got a
the
hot
hot
dog,
dog
boom.
carts, by the way, not trucks, hot dog carts, they all sell the same fucking hot dogs.
You don't have a
Right.
favorite person though? Maybe you have a favorite person. Maybe it's Louis with the good
No.
hair.
No, but when I worked in the city, I did have a bagel cart guy that I always went to in the morning, and I only went to that guy.
There you go. There you
Bagels.
go.
Yep.
All right. So what's your fast food before we get to that last topic of the day?
So I actually think it's really interesting when this topic came up that you said, I don't remember exactly how you phrased it, but basically that this topic will be interesting because it's kind of a matter of like where you're at. And growing up on the East Coast,
Yeah.
coming out to the West Coast, there are a lot more fast food places out on the West Coast that don't exist on the East Coast that I've never had or even been to. So I feel like my opinions at this
Yep.
are even like more limited than a lot of the people out here. Like I've never been to a
Mm.
Wiener Schnitzel in my life. I've
Really?
maybe been to
Oh,
Del
they're great.
Taco when I was a
Oh, they're
kid
so good.
growing up, and like we came out here for vacation, but I don't have like cognizant memory of ever being at a Del Taco.
Yeah.
So there's all these things I haven't had. That
Got a
being
bunch
said,
of smack
out of,
talkers that
But
like
you know what you
Taco
have
Bell.
had? You've definitely had
out of
Wawa.
the
I know that.
Yeah, she's had to have had Wawa.
I don't know that I have been to a Wawa. I know I've driven past Wawas, but I don't think I've ever been in
Wow.
one.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah,
Maybe that's a
kind of
Jessica's
like
never
a
been that far east.
7-Eleven
Wawa is a
station on steroids.
Wawa is East Coast for sure.
So it's like a gas station convenience store
Yeah.
type of thing, but their food and like their pre-prepared food is a lot more high quality than like your typical gas station fare.
Yep.
So it's kind of like
Okay.
the 7-Eleven with like better quality like sandwiches and stuff, apparently. This is what I'm
It's like
told.
Japanese
Legit
7-Eleven.
Really good sandwiches.
But
Yep.
I don't go to 7-Elevens. I'm from Albuquerque. Jeez.
That's
do
where
you have
that's
in
where in Albuquerque you go to get shot.
Well, no, it's a decent gas station, but they have incredible sandwiches. And I was there I
Mhm.
was in Baltimore in 2011, And back then it was a touch screen. What do you want? I want a Philly. You want extra cheese? You're goddamn right. And it's all just touch button on the screen, and then 10 minutes
It's still a
later, here's
touchscreen.
your bag of meat. Oh, beautiful.
Beautiful.
They do
and
ice
they
cream
have,
now
like,
too,
the
Josh. Did you do the sundaes?
Ooh, no, I never heard of no ice cream back then, boy.
Yeah. So out of the ones that I have had though, I love Carl's Jr. I don't know why. I love their burgers. Their crisp cut
Interesting.
fries are to die for. So good.
Yep.
Definitely underrated in the
Have you
fast
been
food
to?
pantheon.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Have you been to the
I
Carl's
like.
Jr. that are like they're also a green burrito, like the half Carl's
Okay.
Jr. half green
So
burrito? Is that?
there are 2 Carl's Jr. in close vicinity to my house. One of them is a standalone Carl's Jr., and that is the one that I prefer. The service there is good. I never really have to wait that long, and the food is always made without any complaints. The other one is near
Yeah.
where I work on the way home from my job. That one is a combination Carl's Jr., green burrito. And for some reason, this is the one that I always have a problem with if I'm ever daring enough to go there. Like, the last time I went there, me and my boyfriend got off work. We're going to stop there before we get home because it's kind of late. You know, it's already like 10:30 at night. We just want to like grab something so we can eat and go to sleep. I have to like be up super early the next morning. We sat in this drive-thru, like with 2 cars in front of us, with no explanation, for like an endless amount of time. And then we finally like got up to order, and we were so lucky because right after we ordered, this lady came out from the back door and put a sign on the drive-thru saying that like that was it. They can't take any more orders. Like something was wrong in the restaurant, and that was all they could do for the rest of the night. That was my last experience there because
Oh,
even though
jeez.
I've gone to Carl's Jr. after work since this has happened, I've purposely gone out of my way to go past my house to the other Carl's Jr. because I just couldn't do it anymore. Just go to the standalone ones, maybe. I don't know
I
if it's all
worked.
the green burrito Carl's Jr., but I feel like when they have to do more than one situation, it gets a little, saucy.
Dicey. It's
Yeah.
dicey. Go ahead, Jessica.
I worked at McDonald's for like 6 years, and sometimes stuff just hits the fan, and you're like, the ice cream machine's broken, the grill's broken, we're out of meat, we're out of fries, like we're done, like close it.
I
And
think
it's
this
We're out of
usually
meat.
we're out of meat. Just we're done. We're a bunch of high schoolers. We can't do this anymore. We're closing.
She totally ruined the chicken
Fat.
sandwich for me
Done.
back in the day because she's like, it just has butter on it, you idiot.
That's all it was. Butter and
Everything is
pickles.
good. What's wrong with
Yeah.
that?
It was just like,
But-
I thought it was an amazing chicken sandwich. And she's like, it's just butter, stupid.
Well, that's why it's amazing. Butter's
Yeah.
great on everything. Don't get
Yeah,
me
butter
wrong.
and sugar is the perfect.
I work in the service industry. I get it. Like, shit happens. There's stuff that's out of your control. People don't see it or realize it, but like, I sat there for so long. Y'all could have came out way before that.
That's fair.
Really quick,
Yeah.
I know we're going on to that last topic. Jessica, I think this is involving fast food. I don't think I'm being a habitual line stepper here. Have you ever crawled through a drive-through window to go on a camping trip?
Since you're asking,
That was
I'm
a
guessing
very
I
specific
did,
question.
but I don't recall. Like I must have like buried it in my brain of shame. So I don't remember.
I have a question.
Go
How
ahead,
did the
Taylor.
two coincide? How does you can only go camping if you get the fast food like come together?
Yeah.
You
Fry
can
had
only
a
go
truck.
camping? No. So this is like around the time when I first met this person. They were Jessica was laid off from McDonald's because she was living with a couple called the Osbournes, and they were going camping. So they coerced her as they ordered food from fast food. That's how I tied this together, to go on the camping trip with them. And she went through the window into their car.
Okay,
to go on
opposite.
this-
So we're escaping. We're not getting food. We're escaping.
Yes.
Okay, that's where the disconnect is. I was assuming she was just drunk
Fry,
and like
did you
really
say-
needed food, and that was the only way we can go camping, or she would like die. But no, it was the opposite. She was stone cold
Yeah.
sober with me out
I was
Get in the window.
18.
be there anymore.
I was
She was
18.
Get in the window. Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna do it at any point, 18's a good point to do it at.
Yeah, like no one cares about the jobs I had when I was 18 anymore. No one cares.
Yeah. And I'm not teasing just Jessica. In her defense, I only got to know her so well because I went to the McDonald's drive-thru every single day for a month straight.
And I put my phone number in your bag.
Yes, that is what happened.
We're friends now. It's cool.
Yeah.
Didn't you see Super Size Me? You learned nothing.
I did. My mom dragged me to go see it when it came out. So,
No, I think she's mad at me for going to McDonald's every day.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was like 2 cheeseburgers.
Yeah, you're
no,
dumb
I don't know.
because green defect
Go ahead,
for life.
Josh. Why am I
Anyway, because at that time we were in the military and the dining facility was delicious. It was so good and free.
It was closed. It was closed. I'd get off work at like
You're
6.
You know what? You're closed from now on. You're closed.
So I could only go to McDonald's, and for that whole month, I could only go to McDonald's. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to eat till 10 p.m. at the. Yeah, you're right. The chow hall is amazing, but I couldn't eat there because it was unhealthy to eat after 10. Anyway, what's the?
No, I get you. Yeah, I know. I get you. I get you.
All right,
I've had
guys.
those moments where like I'm. Well, I was gonna say about Wawa. I gained 40 pounds that year because I ate Wawa every day.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
good.
and then she was allowed to use the I was 18 defense. So in my defense, I was 19, 20 years old, and there were pretty girls there too. There were not pretty girls at the chow hall.
That's fair.
All right, guys. So we're
No.
reaching the end of the
Sorry.
show. We are down to 3 final topics. So if you want, I will let you take a vote on what you would like the final topic to
Yep.
be. Our remaining topics are foodies. I'm guessing that's like your food bloggers type of thing. Comfort food. Or fuck Yelp. And if we don't talk about this one, just so everybody knows, fuck Yelp. From your friendly neighborhood service.
I'm gonna let Jesse do it.
Yeah, Jess,
Jesse,
you go. You pick.
I don't know any foodies and I don't read Yelp, so I'm gonna go with comfort food.
Comfort food it is.
Nice.
So what's your comfort
But
food
first of
then?
all,
What are
fuck y'all.
My favorite comfort food, chips. Just like any kind of chips. Like I have chips right here. Just
Yeah.
if I'm stressed out, I want the
So
salt.
you got the ooh. Yeah, the barbecue sweet blasters. What are those called? Those are so good. The twisties,
twist.
twisted McMisties.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are delicious.
Yeah.
Chips.
Pika-pee.
Or French fries. It's just some type of fried potato.
all of the
No.
Fritos
That's it.
twists are great. There's like the honey
That's what's
barbecue
up.
ones, phenomenal, and then there's also
God,
the
you're gonna
like
make me
chili
hungry.
cheese ones. Great.
And you're in England and
Yeah.
nothing's open right now.
No, and I, did my workout stuff so I could be on here late at night. Now I want nothing more than just down a bag of the honey mustard Fritos.
No, just take a walk down the street. Someone in your neighborhood has a tomato handy. You can just make some tomato brain soup, whatever, the oyster tomato. Anyway.
Chips are great. I always have a bag of chips somewhere in the house. They're easy to grab and go to. I know they're not
Chips are
great for
great.
me, but they're so good. And being out on the
Yeah.
West Coast, I really miss out on certain chips that you can only get on the East Coast. There's one company called Wise Potato Chips. They are my favorite potato chip brand. It's probably just because I grew up with them, but they are really just the best
Wise
chips.
good.
Their sour cream
No.
onion chips, amazing.
They're great.
They're name brand cheese doodles, not Cheetos, but cheese doodles. They do have a different cheese flavor.
Yeah.
They're so good though. They're phenomenal. I
Doesn't
will
your
have
family
my
still live
parents-
out there, Taylor?
Dude.
Yeah, I will have them bring me bags of chips when they come out here. Or I
Well, just,
called my parents once
send
and I
them.
was like, I want you to bring these chips with you. And they just like sent me a box of them.
There you go.
So I can't. When I was living in England, I had my parents send me a box of the Limon Lay's potato chips because they didn't sell them anywhere in the country, like not even at the commissary. It's like I need Limon.
So that's interesting though, because I feel like just like how we have different ethnic food markets in America, don't they have like American food markets in other
They
countries?
do, but a bag of chips, like just the family size, would have been like $7. I think we bought Mountain Dew on the economy, and I, it was not the same for one, and two, it was super expensive. It was like 4 or 5 pounds for just a can of the Mountain Dew.
Wow.
Yeah, you got an Amazon out here, pretty
Wow.
much.
They didn't have Amazon when I was
Or
there
just
10
get
years
used to it, bro.
ago.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, people
I've
don't
heard
get that
from
either.
everyone.
Like, yeah.
But the local food is good here. I'm not gonna lie. Like the stuff I buy from the grocery store ends up being good. Like the chicken sausage and stuff like that. That's pretty good. The stuff I eat.
Oh yeah, they got good food.
No, Jessica's right. Like the face she's making is accurate, but you got to find places. You got to find the right places. But if you find the right, like the groceries I bought so far, I mean they've been fine. It's
Tesco makes these blueberry muffins, but they alternate it each week. They have blueberry muffins, and then the next week they have blueberry muffins with jam inserted into the center. Those
where
are
do you
amazing.
get those from Tesco?
Tesco.
Wow.
I got that. Are they in like the bakery?
Tesco.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Just so everyone knows, audience and Taylor and Josh, Tesco is British Walmart.
Got it. So
Albertson.
since
You
you're
shook
in,
your head. You shook your head. No, but they have like clothing and TVs upstairs.
So
Sorry,
since
Taylor,
you're
go
in
ahead.
England, are there any comfort foods there for you?
No, not for me. Not the stuff I like, because like I'm I like work out way too much, and I try not to eat anything bad, and Josh gets mad at me for it all the time because I like sandwiches and stuff like that. So when I do go on like a cheat day, I love like fatty stuff. Like I love fatty stuff, um, which is funny, but it's just like I'm not going to be that person that starves myself. I'm getting too old for that anyway for a certain body, but I enjoy the act of working out and releasing endorphins and things. But I love food.
Totally.
I love food. I fucking love food. So my comfort foods are like macaroni and cheese, like of all different kinds, and pizza. I love pizza so much. I love pizza way too much, and like barbecue food, like anything barbecue with sauce
I feel
on
like
it.
that's stuff that you can get in England, or at least make, if not.
It's different.
Yeah,
it's different.
Brown
The
sauce.
Domino's out here is not good. The Domino's out here is really bad.
The cheese they use is disgusting. It's like goat cheese on the pizza. It's weird.
No,
So
I don't
Weird.
like goat cheese.
I did find a good pizza place called Dough and Co. And it's by where I'm staying right now, but at the house we're looking at, I don't know if it's going to be out there. So the one good pizza place I found, I'm kind of like, great, we're going to move. I'm going to have to find a whole new pizza place. But yeah, that would be mine. Pizza, macaroni and cheese, and like we talked about earlier, that doesn't exist here either. Taco Bell would be my other comfort food. And yeah, I'm a fatty when I go through the drive-through because they can't see me till I get to the window. So I'm definitely. Josh was with me when I ordered Taco Bell, and he's like, "Jesus Christ, bro, did you order everything on the damn menu?" Yes.
So even in like the main metropolitan areas, there's no like Taco Bell.
On base, there's one
You're
in
lucky.
Mildenhall, but that's like 40
It's
minutes
not
away.
good.
Is it not good?
Not good. So taco shells there, like they have like a shelf life in your house of about 6 days. If you don't use them within 6 days, all of the humidity like just destroy it, and you don't want to eat it. Same with bread.
Because there's no preservatives.
Yeah, and they have preservative laws too. Yeah,
Yep.
so like it's so much more healthy for you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like out of this country, you appreciate food in a way you never thought about before, perhaps.
Yeah.
I also feel like I've never once made a pound of taco meat and used an entire box of taco shells.
No.
They always go stale in my cabinet at some point.
Yeah. Like I said, I have a kid. I have kids. Like we use the whole 12-pack every time.
Yeah.
So then you wouldn't have to worry about it going
Yeah.
Well,
bad. That
now,
sounds
but
great.
then I had no children.
I'm curious, Josh. You're from the land of you're from just above the land of comfort food, right? Or soul food, comfort or soul. What's your
Midwest,
comfort
yeah.
food?
Oh boy. I would say I've had more honey buns than any human on earth. But if it's like fix something up real quick, like I got a buddy who's like tomato soup grilled cheese, right? So that's a solid chicken soup, of course. That's American classic, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Mine is 2 eggs, fried egg sandwich.
Fried egg sandwich is good, easy too.
Yeah, yeah, and
That
you have
brings
so
me
many
back.
options. You can toast the bread.
You can
What
make
else
the
can you
eggs
do?
in a
Go
waffle
on.
Let's bring it back
iron.
to.
That
You
just
can
brings me
boil it.
back
You
to
can
like
grill it.
growing up on the beach
Ooh, the
where I'm
beach.
from. Yeah, so I'm from a small beach town, and the whole thing is growing up during the summer, you would like wake up early, go get ready, like put your bathing suit on, get ready for the day. You would go to the bagel place, you get an egg sandwich, tall boy iced tea, an iced coffee. You guys head down to the beach.
Oh
You
yeah,
stay at the beach all fucking day. You order sandwiches at some point. You have the sandwiches for lunch, and you just chill and relax until the sun basically is going down. And then you head home. You shower. You guys have dinner. You chill out for the night. Like it just brings me back to summers growing up. Like you don't even know.
yeah.
That sounds so awesome.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I wish I
but
was young and
truly,
didn't have
like
bills to
a
pay.
fried egg sandwich, that's all you need is one fried egg sandwich to get through till sunset. If you really have to just like get by for the day, it's like such a practical comfort food to me. I mean, they all feel practical, of course, because it's just a solid bit of dopamine plus, carbohydrates and whatever.
Unless
But
you're like allergic
fried
to
egg
eggs,
sandwich,
I feel like every person has some connection to an egg sandwich
Yeah,
somewhere in their life.
oh
yeah.
yeah. But I
Or
have two bosses. I have two bosses that never eat eggs ever, and I don't understand them. I don't- I
that's
wanna. I think I
ridiculous.
might have to kill them. I don't know.
Yeah, they should be banned
Are
from
they
life.
from here?
Um, I'm not entirely sure. One's East Coast, one's probably Midwest somewhere. I'm not sure.
Well, I
But
was
they
asking
don't
because if
eat
they're from
eggs.
another country, I don't know that I would be entirely surprised. I'm sure
Oh
there
no,
are
they're
countries out
no,
there
they're
where
white
eating eggs is like
Americans.
not a normal thing.
No, it's a personal preference texture thing. It's just one of those. You know how like maybe it's like a genetic thing. Some people can't do cilantro. Tastes like soap, right? For them in particular,
it's,
eggs just don't do it.
I
it's weird
so
though.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jessica. Sorry.
I have a geographical tongue, so I can't eat a lot of things. Like I can't eat super citrusy things like pineapple or salsa or jalapeno, like super spicy things. Like I'll still eat it, but it rips up my mouth. Like
Oh,
because the flavors and
Mm.
like the acidity just it gets too intense, and then it creates this thing where flavors are more intense in other parts of my tongue than other places. And it is. I went to my in-laws, and they were like, "Oh yeah, fried beans." Took a big old scoop, put it in my mouth, and I started crying immediately because she chopped up tiny jalapenos and put it in the beans. And
it's weird that Josh is one of your in-laws.
Wow.
ugh, yeah, they ruined the beans.
Yeah.
I was so sad.
I'm sorry. I ruined the beans. I am him, and I'm sorry.
I can't eat it.
But you can do green chili.
I force it down because I have to. Like I can't call myself a
Wow.
New Mexican and not
Oh.
eat green chili.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
You gotta just do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
All right, Taylor. Yeah. Wait. Did we get everyone? No, Taylor has to go with the comfort food.
Um, I'm probably your classic heavyweights. My comfort food is definitely candy.
There you go.
Sit on the couch and just
Bate.
eat candy, probably all night. I try not to, but it's a bad habit that I
Gushers.
kind of don't hate.
What's your favorite candy?
Yeah, what is
I
your
love
favorite candy?
anything that is sour is the love of my life. So I always have like a jar of crybabies or something in my house, or sour belts. Like anything that has sour sanding sugar on it, I will just eat the sanding sugar. I love that shit. I think it is delightful.
So at the movie theater, do you do like the
Taylor,
sour strips?
Well, I'd probably bring a lot of my own candy that's already stocked in the house. Um, but if not, the choices are either the Sour Patch Kids or the Sour Punch straws.
Gotcha. Okay. Sorry, Josh. What were you gonna ask Taylor?
I was just gonna say that your story about your sister sucking the sour off the Shock Tart. I've told that to many people that I work with, and it's like such textbook sibling psychopath behavior.
No, I heard that. And I
It's
was like,
great.
I'm pretty sure I did.
Everybody laughs.
Jessica, wait. We cannot graze over what Jessica just said.
I was like,
Jessica just said, I'm pretty sure I did that.
I'm pretty sure I did that to my little brother. So, like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, I heard that, like, it just triggered, like, I think I did that. So, it's just what we do.
For those of you that might have missed the previous podcast, we were talking about warheads. And I mentioned that the first time I ever had a warhead was when my sister walked up to me and she handed me the candy and she said, "Here, you should put this in your mouth. It's really super sour." And I did. It didn't taste sour at all. And that's because she had licked all of the sour off before proceeding to give it to me. Because siblings. Love you, man.
Dastardly.
Siblings, mark that down for a GORP topic in the future.
Yeah. Maybe
I
that
don't
has
know
something
about
to
that.
do
Might
with
get
my
rough.
psychological affinity for sour candy. I was deprived of it, so now I crave it.
Like that you were denied for, like, that first taste, and now you're like, I must have it all the time.
I'm convinced that's why, like, people that like push their children to be athletes and they like make them eat super strict diets, why they all end up over 300 pounds is because they were never allowed to eat like a normal human or act like a normal human. And then when they get out into the real world with like no governor on themselves, they just go nuts. And like your sour story is the way that they eat life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poetry.
I love it.
In motion. That's your body, Josh. All right, so for the end of the show, Josh, would you like to give them where they can contact you?
Oh, I'm Josh. I'm on Insta, at JR Berkeley. And then GORP Show, it's at GORP Show on the twits. So
please follow us on Twitter. Josh responds to everyone that makes a comment, and he follows his followers. Jessica, you run your own, I believe, video game cast, right?
No, I do not. I told you this.
Oh, I thought you were going. I thought you live streamed.
Dang.
No, I thought about it and then I chickened out. The only thing I really am active on is TikTok. It's book content, so if you care about that stuff, it's bookish_nerdy_Jess on TikTok.
Follow her. She's amazing. She's a great follow, and she reads about 17 books a day. So that's a lot of content.
I mean, where's the lie?
Now.
And Taylor, where can they get you?
Follow me on social media. I'm at It's Taylor Stone. Also, I think if we're not mistaken, we might even have the next topic for our upcoming episode. It's going to be guilty pleasure, so make sure you come back and join us.
Yeah, please come out. Contact me at The Sad Fan on both Instagram and Twitter. You can find us also. If you comment on any of our videos, we will see it. We will do our best to get back to you as soon as possible. We love your feedback. Please share our videos. We are starting out, but we have some big things that are planned for the future, and we support all the right causes, in my opinion. So we're going to keep pressing on. You can reach us at the Sad Fan Podcast Network on YouTube. All the videos are there. And like Taylor said, if you like this video and you want to nominate some guilty pleasures for the grab bag of topics, get on there, comment on YouTube, get to Taylor on all of the things, as she loves to say. Get to Jessica. She will get back to us on her TikTok with the bookworm, or she'll just start talking to you about books.
It was definitely the book nerd, but
Yeah, book nerd.
Sorry,
Yeah.
book nerd.
I'll
Or
send
Josh.
it to you.
Yes, send it to us so we can promote you, or get it Josh. And like I said, there is the Gorp Twitter that is up and running, and he will respond. So send us some topics and send us some love. And as always, please like, share, rate, review. Thank you so much for being a member of our Gorp team today, Jessica. We appreciate you.
Yep. Thanks for having me. Bye.
bye.